Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I will share with you a trash to treasure creation. I have put in quite a lot of trash in quite a large piece today. And stay tuned until the end of the video because I have two things for you there. I will give you an update on our spa project and also the reveal of my trash to treasure creation with a bit of a twist to it. So let's get started. For my first and only DIY today, I will make a textured wall art piece, and I will use this canvas here. I got it from my sister-in-law. It has a lot of texture already. It was trash to her. She was about to throw it away, and she thought of me. And it's a treasure for me, of course. And here I have a lot of actual everyday trash, tin cans, plastic bottles, packing paper, what have you. I just stripped my tin cans, and I was about to use the smaller ones, but decided in the end not to. But the lids, on the other hand, I will use in this creation, and that opening thingy as well. So I'm just making sure that everything is straight, and I do the best to not cut myself in the process. Now this is a contradiction. I'm scraping off the texture on this canvas in order for me to make more texture, but I want my texture, so have to get that off, most of it anyway. And here I'm going with my huge ruler and making a diagonal line across, because my inspiration for this piece is the recent alignment of some of the planets in our solar system. So I just made a circle there for the sun, and now I'm putting up my trash pieces to create all the planets in our solar system. Even though not all of them were aligned, I decided to put all of them there. And as you can see, at the very end, furthest from the sun, I included Pluto, because in my youth, Pluto was a planet. It's a dwarf planet and it does not count anymore. But for me, it counts. And I'm just placing out my trash pieces to create a lot of texture on my canvas. No rhyme or reason really, just playing around. This video is part of the Turn Trash into Cash challenge hosted by David at David Owens Creates. I will leave a link to his channel down in my description box, and also a link to the playlist of this challenge for more trash to treasure inspiration. For the texture of the sun, I will take this packing paper, twist it onto itself, just to make a long strip like that, and then I will hot glue it around that circle that I traced out earlier and cut off the excess. And I take even more to create some inner circles in that circle that I just made. It doesn't have to be interpreted as the solar system, of course. You can just see a lot of texture on a piece of canvas. That's really up to you. I love this process turning trash into treasure. So creative, and I just go into my own space, my own flow, and I have a lot of fun doing this. Now I'm taking this egg carton and just snipping off the small pieces there, and I will glue them in between Mars and Jupiter as the asteroid belt. But before I do that, here I go with the leftover rim of a foil platter to create the rings of Saturn. And once I'm happy with the shape of the rings, I just hot glue it into place. Like that. And now on to the asteroid belt. Hot glue there as well. Everything is hot glued in this creation. Now over to the corner piece. I don't know exactly what it is. Some space debris, space craft maybe, or some asteroids coming towards our solar system, but I don't want to see it as a threat. It's up to you to interpret. Now everything is done, all the trash pieces are in place, and I go in heavily with Spackle. I will cover the whole piece. If you're new to my channel, hi! I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, as today, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my YouTube family. And then I take some of this packing paper, just roll it up in a little ball and just dabbing around to create even more texture in the spackle. Then I decided to wait a little bit to let the spackle just set a little bit, not to dry, because I want to make even more texture. And I take this trash placemat and cut out it as a comb and use it as texture. And then I have some nets for fruit that I'm using, all trash to create those lovely patterns. And I'm all over the piece creating patterns everywhere on the planet and in between. And once I'm happy, I will set it aside to dry overnight, or actually let it sit for a couple of days, because the spackle was quite heavy in some areas. It's all dry, and I put on a base coat of this grey color that I'm using actually in the spa, that I will show you a little later. Putting it on with a paintbrush into all the nooks and crannies, and also with this roller, and I only applied one coat. It's a satin finish, but you can go with any finish you like really. Now the paint has dried, and now I'm going in dry brushing some of the texture with a black acrylic and also with the golden acrylic. Not all of the texture, just some of it, and go in, especially with the gold, on my favorite bits in our solar system, and that is the Sun, of course, and Earth and Jupiter. Love Jupiter. And a bit of the space clouds all around, and the other planets got a touch of that black acrylic. Just working my way around the creation here. The last thing I do is to sign it. You can't sell a painting without signing it, can you? But before I show you the final reveal, I will let you in on the spa progress. So, here it is. We have laid concrete, insulated the floor, and the next step is to build up the walls, put drywall, special drywall for wet spaces. So that is up. And now the inner walls, so we have a space for the toilet. And for the shower area, you see that staircase divider there. So I go a little further in so you can see the toilet space there. And hubby is doing the ceiling here as well. And after that, the drywall is up all the way around, and then it's time to do some serious spackling, and that is me on duty here. Look what I have achieved already. Spackling everywhere. And here I am, spackling the ceiling in the toilet area. And on the walls, I wanted to make a lime wash because I wanted some kind of texture. Didn't want it to be flat, but lime wash is so expensive. So what I decided to do, since we had quite a lot of spackle in our buckets, I decided to use spackle as texture. So I've been all over the walls, as you can see, with sweeping motions, creating texture. Not too heavy, but something. So I will just paint with an ordinary paint. Here I'm just finishing the corners, so everything is sealed. And I can't help myself, I have to be a little creative and have some fun with the spackling. So I put some spackle in a spritzer and made some cherry blossom branches. Looking beautiful, I think. Here I have started painting, and I'm painting in a satin color, and it's a grayish color with some warm undertones to it. And I'm painting both the walls and the ceilings in this paint. Here I'm painting the ceiling. No paint in the shower area where we have that humidity barrier put on already, because we're going to tile that space. Since this footage, the electrician has been here, started to work on the spots and all the other electrical stuff. I will say another couple of weeks and we are done. But now back to my creation of today.
Oh, mais c'est intéressant! C'est magnifique!
Merci.
Mais c'est fantastique! Mais c'est comme le Big Bang! Une explosion de créativité! Mais j'aime!
Now, obviously, that did not happen. So here you can see my creation up close. And tell me what you think of it. Is it trash to cash? Is it sell worthy? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, consider subscribing. Hit that like button as well. It will help my channel to grow and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to upload 1 or 2 videos per week. Now, if you are inspired, head on over to my description box and hit that link to the playlist of this challenge for more trash to treasure ideas. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.